Good morning. Glad to be with you here on this Thursday morning, talking to you about you and your business. As always, we have a lot to cover. I have a great feature we do on Thursdays called Business on the Front Line with our friend William Edmundson. William is with an excellent company called Abbey Executive Suites. That's Abbey.com for those who want to look it up. And as always, you've got either a lively and interesting topic, a lively or an interesting guest, and occasionally you have both. And so today, I believe we're going to have both. Welcome to the program, William.
Well, thank you, and good morning.
Real quickly, go ahead and give your elevator spiel. If someone wanted to say, hey, what's Abbey do? Give your elevator spiel.
Sure, absolutely. Abbey is in the executive suites business, which means we provide turnkey solutions for people, whether they need traditional offices with all of the services that come with it, whether they need virtual office plans, meaning they need an occasional meeting room, or they need their phones answered, or they need a place to receive their mail. In fact, today, Kevin, I've got the honor of having one of our longer-term clients, a man by the name of Leonard Campbell, and Leonard is a client over where I office at our West Park location in Houston on 59. And his company is called The Way Education and Counseling Center, and Leonard was kind enough to join us this morning.
Awesome. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your center.
Well, the Way Education and Counseling Center was motivated to go into action a few years back because we saw that there were so many relationship problems, whether it was at home, school, or work. And so that's how we got started. And so now we're providing an array of services, including organizational training, emotional intelligence, anger management, marriage, pre-marriage, couples coaching, counseling, anger management training for individuals, couples, and teens. And we are just delighted to be on the program with y'all this morning, Kevin.
Yeah, welcome. Glad to have you on. So let me ask William a question real quick. How do they utilize Abbey? How do they leverage it?
Yeah, Leonard has been a client for a while, and with his business, he started out with a traditional office with us, and now he's taken advantage of the flexibility that Abbey offers, utilizing a virtual plan where he's still got a phone number, but you can imagine that in the business he's in, he spends a lot of time in meetings where he needs the meeting rooms, and it's very frequently that I'll walk down the hall and I'll see Mr. Campbell and some of his clients in a meeting room at various different times of the day, and that's how he's able to really maximize the value of Abbey without having to lease traditional space that includes the square footage of a big conference room.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. So when did you make the transition, Leonard, from a traditional Abbey office, which is, by the way, pretty untraditional because it does come with seamless logistics support, but when did you make the transition from that office to the virtual?
Well, actually, I've been here for about 8 years, and I made the change approximately about a year ago, I believe it was. And it was an advantage for me because I'm on the move a lot. And by Abbey having, I think it's about 16 different offices around the town, Harris County area, I'm able to choose which office to meet with particular clients with. And that has turned out to be fantastic for me.
Yeah, you got to love that. Very cool. Again, talking to Leonard Campbell. He's the program director and counselor with the Way Counseling Service there, and it utilizes the great services of Abbey. That's ABBY.com. Let me ask you, Leonard, a little bit about your practice. Kind of give us a panoramic overview of your clientele.
Well, again, we are looking at trying to help people with relationship problems. And as you well know, a lot of companies will hire people because of their IQ and fine because they don't like emotional intelligence. A lot of times couples get together and they just love each other, they adore each other, but they don't have the skills to maintain that loving relationship. So we help people with those kinds of skills, including, like communications enhancement, anger management, stress management, emotional intelligence, conflict resolutions. We do a lot of assessments for couples, married, pre-married, which helps to identify some of their strengths and their growth areas exploring some of the personality traits, some of the things that they didn't think about checking into maybe before they got serious about each other's relationship. Definitely strengthening their communication skills. A lot of psychologists says that they can tell which couples may or may not make it simply because of one area, and that is the couples not having the skills to resolve conflict in their relationships. And so we have all of those things that we work with couples on and try to improve relationship. And Florence and I, which is my wife, have been married 53 years, and we've been coaching couples for about 40 years. And so it's turned out to be just a wonderful experience for us and hopefully for our clients.
Yeah, that's cool. Question from William?
Yeah, Leonard, and in talking to you and kind of knowing what you do, I like to take a look at how does what you do apply really to everybody. And you're right on. If people don't have the right communication skills, or they can't figure out how to solve problems and work through things, you can't be as productive, and whether it be in relationships or business. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And don't forget, with those who are in business for themselves, it's real hard to get the clients in, to get the customers in, but it's real simple for one of the employees who has anger issues or no emotional intelligence skills to run that very customer that you spent thousands and thousands of dollars on trying to get. He or she can run them off in just a matter of a few minutes.
That's absolutely right, and that's you're right. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, no question about it. And unfortunately, people don't seem to understand that. And all of a sudden, it becomes about winning. These relationship struggles become about winning rather than about the maintaining of the relationship itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a struggle. So let me ask you, as an aside, Leonard, how has it been helpful using a location like Abbey in order to conduct your practice?
Well, there are so many, but I'll tell you one of the first things. Years ago, it happened that the main building that William is in, I was in this building in the insurance business for about 30 years. And my rent on my office, et cetera, was around $3,800 a month. And I remember this was a bunch of years ago. And I had to have a secretary. I had to have a conference room. I had to have everything that goes with it, including the headache of payroll, et cetera. So William's organization, Abbey, has relieved me now of all of that responsibility. The main thing I have to do is call, set an appointment if I needed to use a conference room in any of the facilities that they have, and then I am ready to go. And he takes care of the telephone problems. He takes care of the secretarial, clerical problems. He takes care of the maintenance. I mean, you name it, they are handling that for me. So I don't have that headache anymore. So it gives me the energy to be able to do the things that I love best, and that's coaching.
Yep, very good. Great stuff. What's your website for people to get more information there, Leonard?
Well, the simplest website is www.twecc.org. That's www.twecc.org.
Thanks for being with us so much. We appreciate it. And, of course, you can learn more about William over at Abbey, abby.com. I suggest you email them, abby@abby.com. Tell them you heard about us on the Price of Business. Your phone number real quick.
Yeah, actually, Kevin, I would love it if some people would take a look at our new LinkedIn site or our Facebook site. You can find us under companies, under Abbey, Abbey Executive Suites, and the same thing on Facebook.
Awesome. You ought to put a link on your homepage to that new LinkedIn page.
We've just done that. So
awesome.
You can go right to it by going to abby.com.
Yeah, keep it simple. Go right there, and then you can click straight through. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you that the best content here shows up at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook. Follow it on Twitter.